the harvest.
Algeria strongly condemns and vehemently denounces recent military attacks carried out by the Zionist occupation forces on Islamic Republic of Iran. The clock is ticking 3 p.m. in Ifrikya FM studios. Good afternoon, Africa, and here is your latest news harvest with your anchor, Iman Nouad. We start by Algeria as it expresses solidarity with Iran. Algeria describes the assault as a blatant violation of Iranian sovereignty and a clear breach of the United Nations Charter and principle of international law. In the press released by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Algerian government also emphasizes the responsibility of international community to curb the Zionist entity escalating actions across multiple fronts in the Middle East, noting that these actions are plunging the region into ongoing spiral of insecurity, instability, and conflict. In Senegal, as the country gears up for legislative elections on November 17th, President Bassirou Diomaye Faye assures that the elections will be free and transparent. He urges political actors to act responsibly and avoid any deviation that might hinder the electoral process. The campaign season kicks off shortly, and the atmosphere in the country remains tense but hopeful for a smooth democratic exercise. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, President Felix Tshisekedi has sparked significant debate by proposing a constitutional amendment to align the document with what he calls the country's reality. The move, however, has met strong resistance from opposition groups who fear it could open doors to indefinite presidential terms, a concern shared by even some within Tshisekedi's own ruling coalition. Turning to Sudan, tragedy struck. Over 50 civilians were killed in the Al Jazeera state during the attack by paramilitary rapid support forces. The RSF reportedly besieged entire village in the area, leading to civilian deaths and widespread destruction. The Sudanese Sovereignty Council leader, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has condemned the attack, stressing that RSF's violation of international law will not go unpunished. To the International Academic Observatory on Western Sahara that has urged the French President Emmanuel Macron to reconsider French position on the Western Sahara issue. The observatory open letter criticizes Macron's endorsement of Morocco's sovereignty over Western Sahara, stating that it contradicts with both European law and international legal principles. This comes as France's recent support of Morocco anatomy has planned intensified the diplomatic rift with Algeria, which supports self-determination claims of the Sahrawi people, has already recalled its ambassador. And Mr. Mark Drury, an anthropologist, visiting researcher at the City University of New York, member scientist council of the WISU, explains more of the matter to Yunus Jama.
In order to draw attention to the contradiction between President Macron's recent enunciations regarding Western Sahara and the right of the Sahrawi people to self-determination under international law. This is highlighted by the recent decision of the Court of Justice of the European Union, to which our letter draws attention, reaffirmed that Western Sahara as a non-self-governing territory is separate and distinct from the territory of Morocco itself, and that trade agreements cannot conflate the two territories. The Polisario Front's role as the legitimate representative of these people.
Sudan's severe flooding caused by heavy rains has affected over 1.3 million people, with approximately 3 to 27,000 forced to leave their homes. Authorities are struggling to respond to the growing crisis as many communities find themselves cut off by rising waters. In Uganda, health officials are raising alarm over a sharp rise in mpox cases. The disease is spreading rapidly, prompting the government to issue a public warning for increased vigilance. Meanwhile, in the Democratic Republic of Congo is pressing forward with its second phase of mpox vaccinations after successful initial rollout in high-risk provinces. The vaccination campaign primarily targets healthcare workers and other frontline responders to curb further outbreaks. In beach soccer, the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations is heating up. Mauritania's team, competing for the first time, is set to face off the 7-time champions Senegal in what promises to be a thrilling final. With both teams already qualified for the Beach Soccer World Cup in the Seychelles in May 2025, Mauritania is looking to cap its debut appearance with a historic victory. In the cultural sphere, Cairo Film Connection announced that 18 film projects responding to 10 countries will be featured in its 10th edition, set to take place from November 17th to 20th. This event, part of the 45th Cairo International Film Festival, provides a platform for emerging voices in African cinema, offering funding and networking opportunities for selected filmmakers. That sums up today's Harvest. Stay tuned for more updates in the French Roundup in less than an hour with Yunus Jama. Enjoy the rest of our programs of the day with Ifrikya FM, the voice of Africa.